Like I'll give you like a lucky to not only have you for the full game later, we're also lucky to bring you the conclusion of yesterday's contest between the Conejo Oaks and San Luis Obispo Blues. You're listening and watching to the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network on YouTube. Today, I am Jordan Brenner, and I'm joined by Zach Engberg. And well, Zach, let's start with this first game on hand. Actually, before that, let's go over some logistics. We're going to finish off yesterday's game against the SLO Blues. We'll start broadcasting in the top of the 10th inning with the game tied at 5. Immediately after that game, we're going to hop off the air, prepare for Game 2. We'll just keep ourselves on mute, and at this very same link, we'll bring you Game 2 between the Conejo Oaks and San Luis Obispo Blues. Zach, now we turn our attention to what happened yesterday. Conejo was down 5-0 to the San Luis Obispo Blues heading into the bottom of the 9th inning. They had brought up 24 hitters, which is the minimum, through 8 innings. There were still 3 hits through 8 innings for the Conejo Oaks, but all base runners were erased through a double play. So that's some level of dominance for the SLO Blues, up 5-0 in the bottom of the 9th. Conejo pinch hit a number of guys, including 2 backup catchers, Jalen Parks and Daniel Krasnick. Alex Briggs was brought into the game. It was almost like Coach Solis was just trying to get these guys some at-bats, and yet the Oaks struck for 5 runs on 5 hits to beat the darkness and allow this game to be continued today. That was a special run that team went on yesterday, and today they're looking to finish off the job.
A couple things. So I think we talked about this. The weirdest thing with this team is they win games that they have no business winning, and they lose games that they should be able to win. And I can't really figure out where the crossover is, but it is one of the most incredible stories yesterday of just being able to turn it on when they need to. And they always seem to do this against a 9th inning reliever. We've seen this against the Barons, against the Cubs. At the weirdest times, they know how to turn it on. But I agree that it makes it a little bit difficult. We have 2 backup catchers in the game. They lost basically half their lineup from yesterday, so they're going to have to roll with what they have right now to try to finish the game. And I think that losing the momentum of last night is going to be a little bit difficult to see if they can pick it back up, starting off in the top of the 9th today.
Absolutely. San Luis Obispo will lead off today with TJ Rumsfield at first base, Deepak Koa, the third baseman behind him, and Dylan Beavers. Those are the 5, 6, 7 spots in the order for San Luis Obispo. The Oaks defense is a mess, and it will look like this. Steele Ledford will come in and play left field. He pinch ran in the bottom of the 9th inning. Justin Ammons is still in center field, and we're trying to confirm it's Trent McKinney right. It is Trent McKinney right. Nico,
your attention please. Now on out of the Oaks, number 44, Marshall Denton.
Shifts over from third to play shortstop, and Jalen Parks is going to play third for the Conejo Oaks. Daniel Krasnick doing the catching behind the plate, and just like I anticipated, Marshall Denton making his Conejo Oaks debut for the summer. After last year, he went 7 for 7 in save opportunities, a sub 1.5 ERA at 1.13. In 24 innings, he appeared 7 times. Zach, here's a guy who throws strikes. He's got a lot of deception in his delivery, and he's coming off a season where he was a big arm on a College World Series team. This is the player that the Oaks need in the back half of the bullpen that's going to solidify everything else in front of him.
Well, so I talked with Marshall Denton yesterday before the game. You can check out the interview at our Twitter page, Conejo_Oaks. And he's a guy who he has said that he wants to come in and be a leader on this team. It feels like that's what this team has been missing, a vocal leader, some guy who can lift the team up. It's a lot of players who are young, a lot of JUCO players, a lot of guys who don't have as much experience, and he has a ton of experience playing in the Super Regionals, playing for a very talented Arkansas team. And I'm watching him warm up right now, and I see a lot of action. I see a nasty slider. I see a 2-seamer. I see fastballs that have a lot of movement. And his arm angle, I'm very excited to watch him pitch, see what he can bring to the table. And And against this SLO Blues lineup, which is, we've seen in 2 games, has only put up 7 runs, hopefully he'll have success against this lineup.
Leading off the 10th for Blues, number 16, TJ Brumfield.
Sophomore season this year for Arkansas team that went all the way to the World Series. Denton threw some big-time innings. And now here is the hitter, TJ Rumsfeld for SLO. We're tied at 5 in the top of the 10th. Denton's first pitch is outside at 79 miles an hour. And we continue today's game at 4:35. Denton gathers, gets his sign from Krasnick, and the righty deals a fastball that's swung on and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike to Pauko. He was 1 for 4 before the game was called yesterday. He struck out 3 times swinging. Committee of Ramirez, Carter. And there's a foul ball, 1 and 2. Pardon me, Rumsfeld was 1 for 4, but he wasn't 3 strikeouts. That was Paukoa. A fly-out, ground out, and another fly-out. And a broken bat, and Rumsfeld has to go replace his bat. Oaks used a committee of Jerry Ramirez, Carson Carter, and Aiden Dolan yesterday. Ramirez went 6 innings. He gave up 3 runs, though none of the 3 runs were earned. He didn't walk anybody, and he struck out 3. Carson Carter threw 2 scoreless innings behind him. Aiden Dolan gave up a couple runs in the top of the 9th to make it a 5-0 game before the Oaks rallied for 5 in the 9th. The 1-2 from Denton. Fastball elevated in foul territory off the bat. Parks the third baseman, runs over, and it is out of play. So it's interesting, at this point in the ball game, Jacob Castro is now out of the lineup. And he will not be able to return. Same with Gabe Baldovino and Raul Sandoval. Tyler Odekirk is no longer in the ball game either. The 1-2 from Denton. Slider swung on and lifted to the opposite field to medium deep left center. Steele Ledford makes the catch out and left. Round number 1. Ledford, Hammonds, McKinney left to right in the outfield. Parks and Pickett's left side of the
now batting third baseman, number 31, Duke Paukoa.
And here's Duke Paukoa. The Oaks have had 1 series that went just like this one, and that was the first series of the season against the SoCal Cubs. And I say they're similar because on the first day of the season, the Oaks didn't finish their ball game. They rallied to tie the game after the bottom, well actually, on that in the second, Slider starting off, Paukoa for a strike. The Oaks were actually down 4 runs to the SoCal Cubs on the first day of the season. The Oaks didn't play the bottom of the 9th inning, it was too dark. The next day, they came back and tied the game. 0-1, a frisbee slider is swung on and missed, 0-2. They came back, tied that game, and won against the Coastal Cubs 14-13 in the bottom of the 9th inning. And then they won the next game after that 5-4 on the same day. 0-2 is taken low and outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes now.
In that first game, they came back, so they have the luxury today of not having to come back. They have the luxury of going into the extra innings tied.
1-2 from Denton. Slider is hit relatively well into shallow left field. Drops in for a base hit. The second hit for Duke Paukoa of the ball game. Both singles to left field.
The left fielder, number 22, Dylan Beavers.
Dylan Beavers is next. 1 for 4 yesterday with a single to right field and a run scored. Made a spectacular catch in yesterday's ball game as well. Robbing Bailey Holbrook of a deep fly ball. Butt is shown. No balls and a strike. Oh, and 1 with an out. Pitch from Denton is outside. One and 1. And a throw over. Pitch from Denton is outside. Next pitch is cracked foul, 1 and 2.
I get 3 baseball, please. 1 ball, 2 turns.
One ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a drive up the middle, a base hit to center field. Ammons charges a big round at second, and there's 2 on with 1 out. 1 and 1.
Your attention, please. Now pinch hitting for the San Luis Obispo Blues, number 14, Ryan McCarty.
Brian McCarty is next. Pinch hitting for Brady Lindsley, the catcher, who is replaced by Ryan Cole pinch running. So McCarty hits with Paukoa on second and Beavers on first on a base hit to center. McCarty hits from the right side of the plate. On with 1 out. Swinging a ground ball to second base. Backhand stop Briggs. Pitch to short. Pickett's his relay to Lima at first. A 4-6-3 inning ending, damage erasing double play for Caneo. And we're on to the bottom of the 10th with the score tied at 5. No runs on 2 hits, no errors on a runner left. Marshall Denton gets one of the biggest double play balls of the season to end the inning. Oaks try to walk it off when we come back on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Bottom of the 10th inning, and the Oaks have Alexander Briggs in to hit, placing the spot of both Baldovino and I believe Sandoval as well. First pitch is off the plate, 1-0. Briggs came in and pinch hit in the bottom of the 9th inning and got a walk and scored a run. Swings and grounds one foul down the left side. A pitcher for the SLO Blues is a familiar one, Derek True. He absolutely lit up the Oaks when they saw him on Sunday in SLO. He was a starting pitcher. He only lasted 2 innings and struck out 5 Oaks and only gave up 1 hit. The 1-1 is a breaking ball that stays up, 2 balls and a strike. So now 2-1. And next pitch is low, 3 balls and a strike. Derek True has an ERA of 3.60 in 5 innings pitched this summer. Three balls and a strike to the speedy Briggs, and the pitch is swung on and missed, 88, located on the outer half. Briggs is hitting .222. 5 singles and a double, 6 overall hits, and on-base percentage of .290. The payoff pitch is outside, and Briggs takes his walk, and the winning runner is aboard for the Conejo Oaks.
The catcher, number 30.
Same way that he started, the bottom of the 9th. Drawing a walk, Daniel Krasnick up. Let's see what Krasnick can do.
Kras has been improving throughout the summer. When he's on the field, he's been productive with an on-base percentage above .400. He has 2 singles, 4 runs scored, and 18 at-bats. Briggs, a minuscule lead at first. Kras shows bunt and pulls back. 1 ball and no strikes from Derek True. This is a huge game for the Conejo Oaks. As of now, they're 6-10 overall. 4-10 in the CCL. And the 1-0 pitch is called a strike at the knees, 85. See Paukoa at third, charging hard, anticipating bunt. It'll be a long day of baseball, but I'd say the winner of the first game is going to have quite the advantage in game 2, just based on a morale standpoint. And the 1-1 is outside. Snap throw back to first is low. And needing to stop it off a bounce is Rumsfeld, the first baseman. 2 balls and a strike.
Also, the Oaks, because they pinch hit so many players in the bottom of the 9th, a little bit fresher legs if the Blues decide to trot out a similar lineup. Some of the most important hitters getting a little bit of rest today.
That's a good point. 2-1. Kras pulls back again, and it's 3-1 against Krasnick. San Luis Obispo yesterday in the 9th inning, the strength of their ball club this summer has been their bullpen. It was almost shocking to them what the Oaks did in the bottom of the 9th. 3-1 pitch. Kras misses his bunt attempt, and the strike is called. The count is full. Oaks got all their runs in the 9th inning against Brett Super. Derek True gets his sign from McCarty, the catcher. And the 3-2 is off the plate. 2 straight walks here in the bottom of the 10th inning.
The third baseman.
2 in scoring position, nobody out, and Jalen Parks will come to the plate to try to win this game. Oaks have 4 walk-offs this summer. This would perhaps be the most significant, the one that gets them going.
Not only the most impressive, but as you mentioned, the most important.
2 on, still nobody out. The corners are in, anticipating a bunt for Parks, and he shows. And he gets it down right back to True. True turns his only play to first. The throw is there. But now all the Oaks need is a sacrifice to win this game. And the new hitter is the center fielder, Justin Ammons, who's 2 for 4.
Perfect execution right there by Parks. Smart call from Coach Solis. Jalen Parks, you don't want to risk grounding into a double play. But for the Blues, the only play you can make there safely is to get the out at first. Ammons up. Great shot here. Looks like he's going to be intentionally walked.
Yeah, they're going to put the 4 fingers up. Dan Marple is as he comes out of the dugout. And it'll be Will Pickett's chance. And you can't blame Marple for making this move. Pickett's grounded into a 6-4-3 double play in the 7th inning yesterday. He grounded out in the 9th inning and in the 1st inning as well. So he's 0 for 4 so far. Seen Will Pickett's get off to a hot start. Before yesterday's game, he was hitting .600. Bases loaded. The first pitch to Will. A strike on the outside corner from Derek True. True, in his first inning on Sunday, struck out all 3 batters he saw in the first swinging. And the 0-1. A breaking ball in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. So if there's anybody who's able to wiggle out of this mess and keep the Oaks from putting this ball in play, it's definitely Derek True. The 1-1 pitch, high on an 87-mile-an-hour fastball. And it's 2 balls and a strike. The corners are in, the middle infield playing shallow, the outfield playing very shallow. Anything to the outfield likely wins this game with Briggs' speed at third. The 2-1 fouled back, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Briggs is on third, Krasnick on second, and on first is Justin Ammons. Oaks trying to start off the homestand with a win. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch, swing and a miss, 88 elevated. And a massive strikeout for Derek True.
Now batting the right field.
It's up to Trent McKinney. That's a major second out of this frame and a well-executed sequence by Derek True right there.
That's a beautiful pitch right there. If you're the offense, you don't want to ground into a double play. You don't want to strike out. Right there, Pickett struck out.
High and inside, McKinney almost took that one to the shoulder. That would have won the game. It's 1-0 instead. McKinney came into the 9th inning yesterday and singled to center field for an RBI. 1-0 to McKinney. Cracks one back and foul, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. The winning run is on third. Krasnick is on second and Ammons on first. SLO looking for an out to extend this ball game to the 11th. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 90 miles an hour, cutting to the outside corner. 1-2. True already back on the rubber. The righty shakes off McCarty a couple times. Now sets and offers the 1-2 pitch. Fought off. A high fly ball behind home, and it's popped out of play. Still 1-2. I think it's safe to say the Oaks need this game a bit more than San Luis Obispo. Breaking ball, and it's tapped foul again. And the at-bat and the fight continues for Trent McKinney. McKinney has 2 doubles, 2 singles, and a home run this season. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch, high on a breaking ball, 2-2.
That was a great take from McKinney. Last breaking ball, fouled off. Probably would have touched the inside quarter of that one. Was way too high.
Again, True sets. A deep breath and the 2-2 with the bases loaded. Swing, a jam shot out to Corio at second. He has to hustle, sidearm throw to first. And for the first time in the 2019 summer season, we're on to the 11th inning from Sparky Anderson Field. 5-5, the Oaks load them up on 3 walks, 2 to Briggs and Krasnick, and then the intentional walk to Ammons. But somehow, someway, Derek True gets the job done for SLO. Angus Denton back on the hill when we come back on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Top of the 11th, and Dane Stankiewicz for the SLO Blues. Stankiewicz, a returner from last year's team. He's 1 for 4 in this ball game. Angus Denton, his second inning of work. Stankiewicz shows, but it's a called strike before he offers the bunt. And it's 0-1. And the 0-1 offering is low, 81 on the fastball. Stankiewicz, a .280 hitter this summer. And the 1-1 is cracked to the right side, into right field. Never left the ground. And the go-ahead runner is on for San Luis Obispo. Good piece of hitting for Stankiewicz to just see that ball elevated over the middle of the plate and just offer at it, keep it up the middle, a condensed swing, and now some traffic on the base paths.
I think similar to players in the past, Denton has a little bit of rust. 3 hits already given up this game.
First pitch, bunt attempt in the air. Denton catches back to first, a double play. A sacrifice that turns into a disaster for the Blues. And a popped-up bunt turns into a double play. And nobody on with 2 gone for Julian Burry. Pardon me, that was Julian Burry for Hunter Swift. Swift is 1 for 5 in this game. Takes a ball low.
That was a perfect combo of a really unlucky bounce on the bunt and then fantastic defense, a lot of awareness from Marshall Denton. That's the experience right there that you see from him making the right decision and having the quickness to make it.
The 1-0, called strike. 84, located on the outer edge. See some action in the Caneo Oaks bullpen. They're trying to not only win this game, but they're trying to win this game quickly so they can get in the next game. The 1-1 pitch, swinging a ground ball, backhand stop, Jalen Parks. A nice play at third. 5-3 inning ender. And Angus Denton, actually Marshall Denton this season, gets the job done, retires 6 batters in 2 innings of work. We'll see if he's done or not. Bottom 11, and another chance to walk it off for the Oaks on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Nico Lima, bottom of the 11th for the Conejo Oaks. Lima was quiet yesterday until the 9th inning. We had a clutch double to left field. That made the score 5-4, and he later came in as the tying run on a Jacob Castro single to left field. Derek True still in there. First pitch swinging. Lima, a hard hit liner right at the shortstop Stankiewicz, who spears it and catches it for out number 1.
Now batting the left fielder, number 3, Steele Ledford.
Steele Ledford for the Conejo Oaks next. Ledford didn't have any official at-bats yesterday. Came in and pinch ran late in the ball game. Steele Ledford, a 200 hitter, 3 doubles, a triple, 4 singles on the year. He's walked 7 times and struck out 8 times. Plenty of speed. Ledford takes a strike at 90 miles an hour, and it looks like Derek True is warming up into this ball game. I think there's something to be said. You wake up and you come to the ballpark, and your first at-bat, a high-leverage situation. Grounder to first, bobbled by Rumsfeld. Ledford beats it out for a single. Ought to actually be an error on TJ Rumsfeld, but the effect is the same. Speed on the base pass for the Conejo Oaks. The winning runner is on in Ledford for Bailey Holbrook, the DH. The first error of the ball game for San Luis Obispo, and now we get to see Holbrook swing the bat from the left side, which is his better side. His lone home run this season came as a lefty. Holbrook struck out swinging to end the bottom of the 9th inning yesterday from the right side. Takes 86, diving down to the outer corner for a strike. And it's 0-1. Wonder how aggressive Ledford's going to be, maybe trying to steal a bag, seeing something in the dirt he might take off. The 0-1 pitch. Holbrook swings and fouls it high in the air. Right into the desert in between Sparky Anderson and Regal Softball Stadium. SLO looking for a double play. Oaks looking for a gapper. Ledford inches off of first, and the 0-2 pitch from Derek True. Fouled back by Holbrook. Saw 88 right down the middle, and he fought it off. Holbrook's hitting .267 this season. On deck is Alex Briggs. Now the set for True and a throw over. Ledford's back in safely. No balls, 2 strikes with an out. And the pitch to Holbrook. Swing and a miss. Derek True gets his second strikeout and the second out of the inning. It's up to Alex Briggs with Steele Ledford on first. Alex Briggs walked to lead off the 10th inning for the Oaks. He walked and scored in the 9th inning of this game, too, off the bench. 81 for a strike. 0-1. See both a righty and a lefty in the Oaks bullpen right now. Appreciate you joining us for some high-leverage baseball early in the afternoon. The 0-1 pitch misses, 1 ball, 1 strike. Derek True takes a deep breath. Now the righty sets, and the 1-1 pitch is 75. That breaks off the plate away.
Alex Briggs already with 1 walk-off this season.
Came in a comeback win against the Academy Barons. 2-1 to Briggs. Runner begins to go. Ledford now hustles back to first. And it's 3-1. You know what they say, you never want to make the last out of the inning on the base paths, and I think Steele Ledford got that message. Scrambling back to first base on that play. Runner on first, that's the winning run, and the 3-1 pitch to Briggs is outside. The 3rd walk in 2 innings, the 4th walk in 2 innings for Derek True. And the speedster Steele Ledford is the winning run in scoring position for Daniel Krasnick. Krasnick walked last frame.
Of course he did.
He's looking for some damage with a swing here. True checks Ledford. And his pitch is low. On 84. See Derek True, he'll throw you a bunch of different fastballs. He'll get you up to 90, but he'll locate on the corners with 82 through 84. And the 1-0 pitch. Kras swings to the opposite field. This one could drop, and it is brought in on a running grab by Hunter Swift in right field. Krasnick gave it a go, hit it pretty hard. About 280 feet down the right field line. Swift made a running grab, and we're on to the 12th inning from Sparky Anderson Field. Oaks again strand 2 runners, no hits and an error, and they leave 2 aboard in a scoreless frame. Top 12 when we come back. Keep it here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Tyson Corio leads off. Top 12 for SLO. Angus Denton lasted 2 scoreless innings and gave up 3 hits. No walks, no strikeouts, but productive in his Oaks summer debut. He'll be replaced by Noah Matera, the lefty, with a 3.11 ERA. First pitch hunting is Corio, and he grounds one into center field for a single.
The designated hitter, number 15, Brett Harris.
That's already the 4th hit in extra innings for San Luis Obispo. The Oaks have been able to get out of jams so far. Here's Brett Harris to prove the Oaks wrong, and we'll get that run.
It's almost a twist of fate. It's been every time through the first through 8 innings, every time the Oaks had a run around, the Blues got out of it, and so far it's been the same for the Oaks during extra innings.
Swinging a high chopper to second. Briggs bobbles and drops it. He thought it was in his glove. He went to reach and throw to first to Lima, and he realized the ball was on the ground, maybe 2 feet away from his feet. 2 on, nobody out on the error by Alex Briggs at second. That is the 3rd error of the game for the Conejo Oaks, and none more costly than that one.
2 runners on, no outs, no Matera. Looks like Coach Lee's going to come out to chat with him. Maybe pull him. I'm not sure how short of a leash he has for Matera, but that's a tough play. 3 errors on the day. That's you can't have that and expect to win many games.
So a mound meeting, the entire Oaks infield, and Coach Solis strategize here. Zach, what is the strategy in a situation like this?
Throw low, try to get a double play or maybe even a triple play. Don't leave anything up because, especially if you're facing off against a righty, you can't let anything get into the gaps. But everything has to be low here, and I think for the defenders, clean up your mistakes, stay focused, because if they're going to turn a double play, they're going to have to do it quickly.
Meeting adjourned. The new hitter is TJ Rumsfeld. He led off extra innings today with a flyout to left. He's 1 for 5 in this game with 3 different flyouts, a ground out, and a single. Where's number 16 Rumsfeld does? He's hitting .222 this summer with 10 singles, 3 doubles, and a triple. 2 on, nobody out, 5-5. Matera checks the runner at second. The lefty now looks back to the plate and back at second, which prompts time from TJ Rumsfeld and the home plate umpire. The corners are in for the Conejo Oaks, at least playing shallow, anticipating a bunt. Matera's first pitch is looked at and called a strike at 87. 0-1. We're in for a long day of baseball. We're already 45 minutes into game 1. Matera sets at the bell. He peers in. And he deals the 0-1. And he's high on a 68-mile-an-hour curveball.
This is a good spot for Rumsfeld because you can take pitches from Matera and you don't have to run the risk of ending the inning, so you can wait for your pitch and unload on it.
Rumsfeld chatting up the umpire. Two on with nobody out in the inning, tied at 5, top of the 12th. And the pitch. Swung on and flown into foul territory. Jalen Parks at third, over to have a look, but he runs out of room and has to brace his fall with his hands as he runs into the fence near the Oaks dugout. 1-2. Now the corners play back with 2 strikes. Now the set for Matera. Big lead at second for Corio. And the 1-2 pitch Hit in the air to the opposite field, right at Steele Ledford, who ranges over and makes the catch for out number 1. And that's a perfect start from Matera. Not only did he get an out, but he made sure it was not a productive out for San Luis Obispo. And now a double play gets out of the inning.
Yeah, for that instance, it has to be really deep into left field for the runner to be able to advance from second to third. A strikeout or a ground out here would be prime. Ground out would get a double play ball, but we've seen the Oaks struggle on defense already in error this inning from Briggs. So we'll see if they can execute if they get the chance.
2 on with an out now for the right-handed hitter, Duke Paukoa. He's 2 for 5 in this game. He's struck out 3 times. So he's keeping the lefty in. Not sure he has too many more options. And the first pitch is high at 69 on a curveball. One ball, no strikes. Matera gathers and offers. Runner goes from second, swing and a miss. Kras's throw to third on target. And in time, but Parks, the third baseman, dropped the ball. And now the winning run, or the go-ahead run, rather, is on third.
It was a great throw by Krasnick. No surprise. That's been one of his best skills this summer is defensively. He's been fantastic, but Parks, who we have to remind you, normally a catcher, not normally playing at third base, can't make the catch, can't make the tag.
So 1-1 with an out, and the Oaks infield is in against Paukoa. Blues dug out into it, and the 1-1 is down and inside. If you're Noah Matera here, you make the best pitches you can, but you make sure your misses are off the plate because a walk here with a base open is far from the worst thing that can happen. Coryell on third, Harris on second. 5-5 in the 12th. The pitch is tapped foul right off the end of the bat, and it's 2-2.
I think your approach definitely changes because the double play ground ball is no longer in play. So you try to get your best pitches, as you mentioned, but keep them outside corner low still so that Paukoa doesn't have anything to drive.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Matera, he's got to go to his best pitch here. And the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, and it is dropped by Krasnick, who's in pain. And the go-ahead run comes in from third and scores. Lima tags out Paukoa as he was hopping onto first base. Krasnick took one off of what looks to be the left knee. And he's in pain. He had no chance. The ball was swung on and missed, but it caromed off of what looked to be his gear way off to the right side near the Blues dugout. Kras had no chance to make that play, and the Blues take advantage and take a 6-5 lead here in the top of the 12th.
Just last week, he took a shot, a ball that caromed off of his right knee, and it looked like that was the left one, so issues with both knees. But that's the second time tonight, Jordan, that an injury to an Oaks player has allowed a Blues runner to score. If you remember, Kevin Graham took a ground ball that took a weird bounce, a shot to his face, and that allowed a runner to score. And right there, Krasnick took a ball to his left knee, allowed a runner to score, as it looks like Zach Kamenko is going to come into the game behind the plate. The last catcher available on this roster.
Well, you still have Jalen Parks playing third, who could technically come in and play catcher. But you're right, it's rare that you see Coach Solis burn through catchers in a ball game like he has had to do today. We certainly hope Kras is okay. He's going to exit the ball game, and Zach Kamenko discussing signs with Noah Matera now. It's 6-5 San Luis Obispo. Matera did his job. He struck out Paukoa swinging. That was his 4th strikeout of the game. He did exactly what he had to do, but an unlucky bounce off of Krasnick, and the Oaks are down.
So often that's the difference between a win and a loss, is an unlucky bounce. A bounce off of your face a weird bounce off the infield right there, a bounce off your knee, and all of a sudden they're down 6-5 and a little more pressure on Matera here. Still a runner on third.
So there's a runner on third in the inning, 2 gone. Matera warming up more for Kamenko, who has been sitting in the bullpen and catching some arms there.
Left fielder, number 22, Dylan Beavers.
And Dylan Beavers hits now. The left fielder, he singled back last inning to center field. That was actually 2 innings ago in the 10th. Longest game we've played so far this year. We're over the 24-hour mark. Got going at 5:04 yesterday. It's 5:21 today. Runner on third with 2 outs. Matera's pitch is inside, 87 on the Express. Oaks came back from 5, so 1 must not feel too big. Matera trying to keep it at a 1-run deficit, and the 1-0 pitch is hit hard off the end of the bat, but foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. The pitch, curveball stays up, 2-1. Matera, what he does so well is mix up his different velocities. You see 87 with the fastball, and then he'll drop high 60s with the curve. The 2-1. Fastball swung on and missed. Below the knees of Beavers was out ahead of that one. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Beavers collects, as does Matera. His pitch is looked at 89 low, and the count's full. I doubt there will be any significant pause between game 1 and game 2. Maybe a quick water break and then right back out to the field. Running out of daylight here. And the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with a fastball away. Second strikeout of the inning for Noah Matera. He gives up a run on a hit, an error, and he strands a runner on third. 6-5 San Luis Obispo. The Oaks try to come back with their backs against the wall once again on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network.
Bottom of the 12th, the third baseman, number 23, Jalen Parks.
Bottom 12, Jalen Parks is the hitter for Conejo, down 6-5. The Blues have struck for 6 on 13 hits. They've committed 1 error. The Oaks 5 runs on 8 hits. They've committed 3 errors. They need at least 1 in this inning. And the first pitch is rolled to third. Paukoa lobs it across the infield for a 1-pitch, 1-out sequence here in the bottom of the 12th. And next up is Justin Ammons against Derek True.
The center fielder, number 1, Justin Ammons.
Derek True has been spectacular for this team. It's clear the way that SLO likes to use their pitchers is they get as many starters as they can, and they throw them at two or 3 inning intervals. And that way they're fresh every few days, and they have a quantity of electric arms. Justin Ammons takes a strike at 88. 0-1. Ammons was intentionally walked in the 10th. He doubled in the 9th and singled in the 7th. He started the game 0-2. The 0-1 to the Tennessee Volunteer. 88 below the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. True gathers. The wind and the fire. 89 upstairs, 2 balls and a strike. And Justin Ammons' job is to get on base whatever way he can. One of the most prolific base stealers in the California Collegiate League. 2-1. Just a bit inside, 3-1. Much to the chagrin of the SLO Blues dugout.
I wouldn't be surprised if Ammons were to get on if we saw a bunt from Will Pickett's, knowing his bunting prowess, try to get Ammons into scoring position.
Could be. And the 3-1 swung on and lifted right side in foul territory. Rumsfeld on the warning track to the wall. He leaps, tumbles, and makes a catch near the fence for out number 2. He was running out of room. He lost his footing, but still hung on to the baseball for a critical second out in this inning. How about that play by the Blues first baseman?
That was a meaningful out, but also that was a fantastic play by Rumsfeld. Dove a little bit. I'm not sure whether the dive was gratuitous or not, but regardless, it looked fantastic, and that was a great play.
Will Pickett's the final hope. Nobody on with 2 outs, and he takes a fastball at 87 on the outside corner. 0-1. Pickett struck out swinging in the 10th inning with an out in the frame and the winning run on third. 0-1 to Pickett's. Swings and fouls it back 0-2. And the Oaks are down to their final strike and their final out, and they're in danger of dropping to 4-11 in the CCL. No balls, 2 strikes. Derek True trying to finish this one out. The pitch almost hits Pickett's as he ducks out of the way. 1-2. Remember to join us for Game 2. Take place probably 5 or 10 minutes following the conclusion of this one. 1-2 pitch. Pickett's stays alive and fouls it back. A tough curveball, and Pickett stayed on it. And the count's still 1-2. One-two pitch, called strike 3 to end the game. And the Blues take Game 2 of this 3-game set, 6-5 in 12. A gut puncher to the Conejo Oaks, and we talked about this a lot from yesterday to today, and even a little bit in pregame. The Oaks had all the momentum yesterday when they scored 5 runs in the 9th inning to tie this game. San Luis Obispo, it really benefited them that they could go home, recollect, gather their thoughts, and come back today. Works out as they take this game in extras.
I feel like the Oaks find new, more brutal ways to lose every single game. Today it was not only coming back and going to 12 innings, but losing two of their players, Kevin Graham and Daniel Krasnick, to injuries. Each of those injuries allowing a run to score. Another brutal loss for the Oaks. Just put that one up with their other brutal losses, giving up big runs late. But this is the fun thing about having a doubleheader like this, is you have to forget about it quickly, come back, and start the next game. So we'll see if they can recover and play a little better in game 2.
Oaks are 6-11 now in the season, 4-11 in the CCL, and well, the Blues are much better, 18-7 overall, and they're now 500 in CCL play at 6-6. We're going to hop off and prepare for game 2, but stick with us. We should be back in 10 to 15 minutes or so for game 2 and the finale of this 3-game set between the Oaks and Blues. Catch it here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Welcome back to Oaks Baseball on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network for our second game today. It's a bit late, it's 5:52, so it's highly unlikely we get through the entirety of today's ball game, but we'll get through as much as we can, and we'll try and beat the sun as best we can. The Oaks, they have starting pitcher Jacob Flores on the mound from San Diego State, and they play the field first against the SLO lineup. That looks like this. Ryan Cole leads off and plays center. Hunter Swift hitting second and playing right. Tyson Corio third. He's playing second. Brett Harris at third. Miles Emerson at second. Nick Hansen at first. The next three. And 7, 8, 9. Ford Sherrington in left field. Dylan Beavers DHing. And Ruben Mercado is playing shortstop. Dan Marple in his third season leads this San Luis Obispo Blues team. They're now 18-7 on the season and 6-6 in the CCL. They're wearing their navy blue uniforms with gray pants and yellow sleeves and high blue socks. Oaks wear their navy blues with white stripes across the shoulders. See white numbers across the chest and white lettering as well. White pants for the Oaks. The Oaks, Zach, coming into this game at 6-11 in the CCL. 6-11 overall, 4-11 in the CCL, and it's getting late. Tomorrow's the halfway point officially in the season. The tide's got to turn eventually. Why not now?
They need to go on a run. You mentioned last year they started 8-11 and they got hot. This year they might have the luxury, depending on Kevin Graham's injury, of having him for very long this summer, but anything can happen, Jordan. They can catch fire. Pitching starts going. No better time to start than right now.
Jacob Flores will start off against Ryan Cole, and Cole takes outside for a ball. Ryan Cole wears 26 for this team. He's hitting .351 on the season with 8 RBIs. He has 17 singles, 3 doubles, and 2 triples. The one that was called a strike, 1 ball, 1 strike from Flores. Flores has been terrific so far this year. He has a 2.61 ERA in 10 1/3 innings. He's struck out 10 batters compared to 3 walks, and the 1-1 is high and outside, 88 miles an hour from the San Diego State Aztec.
Aztec Magic, baby.
I don't know if I like that mascot. We got to talk about some of our favorites. 2-1. Swinging a high fly ball right side. Nico Lima at first. Ranging into foul territory at the warning track. He does not size it up correctly, and it drops for a strike. Oaks Field looks like this. Alex Briggs plays left. Justin Ammons mans center. Raul Sandoval on right. Lima at first. Odekirk, the second baseman. Will Pickett's back at short after ending our first ball game today there. Ryan Yamashiro playing the hot corner. Jacob Castro behind home. And Jacob Flores set to deal the 2-2 from the mound. And it's a swing and a miss from Ryan Cole. The off-speed gets him on the outer corner. A swinging strikeout. A good way to start this ball game for Flores. It's his 11th K of the season. And next is the right fielder, Hunter Swift. Swift's hitting .364 this season. He has 12 RBIs, 11 singles, and a double. A double is his lone extra base hit. Takes a curve in there for a strike. Hunter Swift from Oral Roberts University in the 0-1 is in there for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes to Swift. He's 5'7", 175 pounds. Out of Kansas City, Missouri. 0-2 to the lefty. Swing and a miss. Diving curveball down and away, and he's terminated on 3 strikes. The second strikeout of the game already for Flores, and there's 2 gone in the top of the first.
it's big for the Oaks to have a calming presence from Flores. The way the last game ended, it can be, we talked about momentum, it can be negative momentum, and Flores needs to come out. He's done a good job of staying calm and getting a couple quick strikeouts.
Flores starts off the new hitter Tyson Corio with a 91-mile-an-hour fastball outside. That's one thing with Jacob Flores. I would say he could have the most major league ready stuff on this team. 1-0, little blooper down the right field line, and inches foul. The Oaks get a nice piece of good luck there as that one is out of play. And I say that, I mean, what Travis Weston has done is awfully impressive, and I think he deserves the nod for the most effective pitcher so far this season. But just stuff-wise, 91 from the left side plays at all levels. Weston relies more on a mixture of pitches and some deception in his delivery. Now the set from Flores. Looking for out number 3 in the top of the first. A long look in the 1-1. He tosses. Sinking fastball at 89. Called a strike at the belt. One ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch, breaking ball at 78 low. The championship final between Michigan and Vanderbilt is underway in the College World Series. The decisive Game 3, and it's Vanderbilt up 6-1 in the top of the 5th with 2 outs. See if the Wolverines have run out of magic. We'll keep you posted on that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch, a bit inside on 89. Count full. Tyson Corio is the hitter. He wears 43 and is hitting .281 this year with 12 singles, 3 doubles, and a homer. The payoff pitch, high chopper to second. Odekirk waits for it, comes back to the ball, and fires a bullet to Nico Lima to end a 1-2-3 first inning for Jacob Flores. We're scoreless through a half frame as Flores strikes out 2 of the 3 batters he faces. About a moment when we return on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Bottom of the first inning, and the Oaks lead off Justin Ammons in center field. Ammons had a productive game against the Blues, both yesterday and finished a little bit earlier this afternoon. Finished that game with 2 hits, was intentionally walked. He actually came to the plate 6 times. That game went 12 innings. And the first pitch to Ammons is taken for a strike. 0-1 to the left-handed outfielder from the University of Tennessee. And the 0-1 pitch to Ammons is low and away off the plate. Pitcher in today's ball game is number 41, Andrew Alvarez. He's gone 2 2/3 this summer and hasn't given up a run. The 1-1 is down and away. 2 balls and a strike. Alvarez has struck out 2 batters compared to 1 walk and 1 hit allowed. A lefty. The 2-1. Ammons takes a strike on the outside corner. Ammons is hitting .280 on the summer. Ever since joining the team a little bit late, he has been the leadoff hitter in every single game he's played. Debuted against the Arroyo Seco Saints. Chop foul on the 2-2. Brett Harris is at third base today. The shortstop is Ruben Mercado. Second base is Tyson Corio. And manning first is Nick Hansen. Opposite field line drive coming in from left field. And making the running catch is Ford Sherrington. Good swing, but an out.
Number 14, Tyler Odekirk.
Tyler Odekirk is next for the Conejo Oaks, hitting second after getting the start yesterday out of the 9-hole. He was 0 for 2 in his 2 at-bats. That pitch misses. And next pitch is in for a strike. And the count is 1-1 against Tyler Odekirk. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tyler takes a strike at 91 outer half. A nasty pitch. Odekirk's hitting .211 on the summer with 10 RBIs, which is good for a team high. 1-2. Swinging a grounder to the right. Corio to first in time for out number 2.
The first baseman, number 13, Nico Lima.
And here comes Nico Lima, who has been perhaps the Oaks' most consistent hitter this summer. .348 with 23 total hits. Lima had a double and 5 at-bats last time. Goes to the opposite field with a screaming liner that lands about 315 feet away from home, right down the line, and it's 0-1.
I'm remembering back to the pregame discussion you had with him before the game against the Forces on Saturday. Again, you can catch that at our Twitter page, Caneo_Oaks. He mentioned that when he goes up to the plate, he's looking to hit it in the opposite field. If he gets pull power, he gets pull power. Right there, he was going oppo.
0-1 to right center field, hit well. This one's destined for the gap, and it one hops the wall. Lima around second now, going for third. And the throw is not in time. A Superman slide and a 2-out triple for Nico Lima.
What'd I tell you, Jordan? He's going oppo.
Good call there. That is already Nico's second triple of the season.
And you mentioned he's been their best hitter. I mean, absolutely, he's been their best hitter. And I think it's, you look at him and Kevin Graham as far as the most natural hitters. And with Graham, not sure how long he's going to be out. It falls on Lima, and Lima already today trying to help the Oaks recover after the devastating loss earlier.
Jacob Castro takes a breaking ball for a strike. Castro, the catcher. He's hitting .275 this year with 11 hits, 9 singles, and 2 doubles. And he takes one off of what looks to be the left side of his back. He seems to be okay, and he takes the hit by pitch and jogs to first. 2 on with 2 out for Caneo. Will Pickett's is next.
I think that was the Alonzo Ball song.
That's what I was thinking. Yep, a little bit outdated.
I like it. No, that's a good song.
Runners on the corners with 2 outs. Will Pickett's takes a strike. Actually, that's called a ball with 89 away. One ball, no strikes with a couple outs. Runners on the corners. Oaks looking to get on top. Pickett's takes an off-speed pitch in the dirt, and it's blocked by Emerson, the catcher. Hits Harris Mercado left side. Corey Johansson right side with Emerson doing the catching. Sherrington, Cole, and Swift left to right in the outfield. Alvarez's next pitch is off the plate, and it's 3-0. Three balls, no strikes to Pickett's, and he takes a strike on the outside corner. Zach, that one looked about 7 or 8 inches outside.
You know, I've come to expect nothing less from the umps here in the CCL.
So 3-1 with 2 outs. On first is Castro Lima. A modest lead off of third. And the pitch. There's ball 4. First walk issued by Andrew Alvarez. And the bases are loaded for Steele Ledford.
For the second time today, although in 2 separate games.
Last time the Oaks had them loaded, they stranded what would have been the walk-off winning run on third base. Hey, we turned the page on that one. Another brutal loss earlier today for the Caneo Oaks, and it seems like every single loss has just been one more punch taken to the gut. At a certain point, you can't take it any longer.
They don't play any boring games, Jordan.
Left-on-left matchup. Alvarez starts Ledford off with 85 below the knees for a ball, and it's 1-0. Pickett's on first. Castro on second. Nico Lima off of third. Third baseman Harris playing shallow. Other than that, everyone straight away. 1-0 turns to 1-1. One ball, one strike. The pitch, breaking ball, low and away. And no appeal on the check swing. It's 2-1. Alvarez sets, gears back, and fires. A slider at the knees, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the first inning. It's already 6-12 here at Sparky Anderson. The 2-2 pitch. Ledford swings and misses. And is down on strikes on a 77-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch. The Oaks leave them loaded on 1 hit. And no errors. We're through 1 full with the score still tied at 0. Top 2. Harris, Emerson, and Hanson when we return on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Brett Harris leads off. Top 2 for San Luis Obispo. Oaks stranded the bases loaded in the bottom of the first inning. Continuing a trend of stranding runners today. Swing and a little looper into left. Alex Briggs charges and makes the catch. F-7. 1 pitch, 1 out in the top of the second.
The catcher, number 28, Miles Emerson.
Miles Emerson, the catcher, is next for San Luis Obispo. Making the trip down to Thousand Oaks for the second straight day. Team like SLO, they always have a little bit more traveling to do than every other team, especially in the southern section, but they also get more home games too. 91 up, 1-0 to Emerson.
They made the trip earlier this year up to Humboldt for a couple games.
That's true. Play some of the northern affiliates too. 1-0 pitch. Strike at 88 on the outside corner. Emerson's appeared in 3 games. He has 6 plate appearances and has an average of 0. The 1-1. Breaking ball in for a strike. The 1-2 pitch. Just a bit outside, 2-2.
You know, it's interesting because I saw a pitch last inning that was basically in the same spot that was called a strike, but none of my business.
That's true. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, 91. Sinking away from the righty's swinging bat. And there are 2 outs. Strikeout number 3.
Flores has been fantastic. Has everything working today. And looks like another good start from the lefty, the Aztec lefty. It's that Aztec magic.
Nick Hansen, the first baseman, the final hope for the SLO Blues in the second. Low. I think SLO Blues, that's got to be my favorite name in the CCL. 1-0 and a chopped off swing and a miss, 1-1.
Very recently, the St. Louis Blues won the Stanley Cup, so they have...
It's not just that connection, though, as the 1-1 misses high and away. SLO Blues, they work together.
No, I agree. Meant for each other.
2 balls and a strike with 2 gone. Base is empty for Hansen out of Grand Canyon. Swings and misses at 88, again diving below the knees. And Jacob Flores is putting on an exhibition on how you make hitters look foolish with swings. 2-2 with a couple outs. Flores kicks the knee and offers a breaking ball low. Bounces in the dirt, and Hansen is able to stop his swing before he breaks his wrist. Count is full. Three balls, 2 strikes. Hansen agrees with the sign. Pardon me, Flores does, and it's cracked foul. Nick Hansen's hitting .273 this summer with 2 extra base hits. Both are doubles. He has 7 singles in 41 plate appearances and 33 at-bats. Payoff pitch. And it's fought off. Hit over there to the pool area. Off of the gate. Again, the payoff pitch for Flores. The lefty winds and delivers. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. And Jacob Flores is giving the SLO Blues a taste of their own medicine. 4 strikeouts and 2 scoreless innings to start the ball game off. He hasn't given up a hit yet, and we're on to the bottom of the second inning on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Ryan Yamashiro in the bottom of the second for the Kaneo Oaks. They left him loaded in the bottom of the first, and Yamashiro takes outside on an 87-mile-an-hour heater from Andrew Alvarez. Alvarez has a demeanor on the hill that is awfully calm. High fly ball near the right field line, and overrunning it is Swift, but he turns back over his shoulder and secures the catch for out number 1. F-9. And next is Alex Briggs. Yeah, Andrew Alvarez, he's got that delivery, and it's an easy 87. Jacob Flores, it looks like he's exhausting some energy to get out, 90 or 91, but seems like Andrew Alvarez is just painting corners with velocity. 88 upstairs, 1-0. Ball no strikes to Briggs. Alvarez spikes one, and it's 2-0. Andrew Alvarez from Houston Baptist University. And the 2-0 pitch. Briggs swings and lines one foul to the right. Alvarez is entering. Pardon me, we got the wrong Andrew Alvarez here. 2-1 misses. 3 balls and a strike. Well, it's weird because the roster lists Alvarez as a right-handed pitcher from Cal Poly SLO, but he's clearly throwing from the left side. Ground ball to the third baseman. Harris charges, throws across the diamond. Sidearm for out number 2. We'll figure it out in the next half inning. Raul Sandoval, the 9th Oak to hit today. Here in the bottom of the second inning. 2 quick outs for Andrew Alvarez. Sandoval plays right field for Canale. Swings and hits a ground ball on the first pitch he sees. Mercado backhand stop to first in time. And the Oaks are gone in order here in the bottom of the second inning. Still scoreless as we take a break. Back for the third after this on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Top of the third for SLO. And Fort Sherrington, the 7th hitter for the Blues to come up and hit. Jacob Flores has mowed him down through 2. He has 4 strikeouts. And a 0-0 game. The first pitch is cracked foul on an 87-mile-an-hour heater. And the 0-1. How about that for a 12-6 get me over strike? Curveball in. And it's 0-2.
That was majestic.
Flores working quickly. And the 0-2 pitch to the righty Sherrington is a change-up low in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ford's hitting 143 this summer. Struck out twice, 1-2, and that's strikeout number 3. It's held on to by Castro. Strikeout number 5 for Jacob Flores. Dylan Beavers, the DH, is next. Played left field in yesterday's game and the completion this afternoon. Beavers had 2 hits and 7 at-bats. Both were singles. A lefty takes the ball away, 1-0. One and 0 with an out. Swing and a miss at 90 miles an hour. One ball, 1 strike, still scoreless. Caneo desperate for a victory here. It'd help if they could go up against a big bullpen. Curveball low, 2-1. First, got to get back to the dugout to swing their bats. We got some baseball history today. As the 2-1 is a check swing called strike, 88 miles an hour on the inside corner. Prince Fielder in 2015 hit his 300th career home run off of Mark Burley. 2-2 is called. Strike 3 on the outside corner. 6 strikeouts for Jacob Flores with 2 outs here in the third.
He's got a wide zone today, Jordan.
And Jacob Castro is doing a good job framing those pitches. Another strike at 89 to Ruben Mercado. And Jacob Flores can't really miss right now. He's in some sort of zone. The 0-1 pitch is fouled out of play to the right. 0-2. Flores came into today's game with 10 strikeouts on the season. He's all the way up to 16 now. The 0-2 pitch to Mercado. Backdoor slider. See you later. And he strikes out the side. That's 7 strikeouts through the first 9 hitters. Jacob Flores, have yourself a start to the ball game.
What'd I tell you, Jordan? It's that Aztec magic.
Something about San Diego State and the Caneo Oaks. They produce a guy like Jacob Flores. They produce a guy like Zach Engberg as well. Bottom 3 when we return. And a scoreless ball game from Sparky Anderson on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network.
Justin Ammons.
Bottom of the third inning, Justin Ammons in for his second plate appearance. It's been a tough stretch of baseball for the Oaks. We'll go through some of it. Their last win was all the way back on Saturday. They lost on Sunday to the Blues, off on Monday. Ammon shows bunt. Skips out of the way of an inside fastball, and it's 1-0. They've had one loss. Only one win since June 16th. The 1-0 pitch drops low. 2 balls, no strikes.
And it came in Santa Barbara in a fantastic game with a big 8th inning, so you never really know what to expect with these Oaks.
Swinging a grounder to the right and foul, 2-1. And it's so frustrating for everybody on this team, the coaching staff, the players, because you sense an elevated desire to get the job done. These guys know more than anybody how much talent is on this team. High bouncing ball is short. Across the diamond, Mercado to Hansen, and there's one out here in the third.
The second baseman, number 14, Tyler Odekirk.
Tyler Odekirk, who grounded out to second, is up. And it's not easy to snap out of something like this. Especially when it's so hard to diagnose the problem, Zach. Odekirk pulls back on his bunt attempt, and it's called a strike. And I say that because every game it has been something else. His past loss earlier today, for example, it's hard not to blame the defense in that game. 3 unearned runs for Jerry Ramirez. An error in the 12th inning where SLO took the advantage. 0-1 is outside on a 79-mile-an-hour slider. Every day it's different. Bullpen sometimes. Offense doesn't show up. 1-1. Fly ball to shallow center field. Over in the gap, cutting off the ball is Ryan Colt for the second out of the inning. Zach, what's your take on it, on this issue?
I'm really not sure because you see individual performances that are fantastic. Nico Lima has been hitting the ball really well. You see Jacob Flores today. They just haven't. I think part of it is a chemistry issue, and I think part of it is they just haven't been able to put together a complete game. Happens a lot. A lot of great individual performances, but not many great team performances.
Lima swings and grounds the first pitch he sees to Mercado, who backhands and fires to first to get him by 2 steps. Oaks go down in order for the second consecutive inning, and we're through 3 scoreless innings from Sparky Anderson Field. Back for the 4th when we come back on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Top of the 4th inning. The game is tied at 0. Zach, Jacob Flores has 7 strikeouts. Why don't you keep calling the game for the 4th, 5th, and 6th innings?
Thank you, Jordan. Fine job today. First pitch, Line to the shortstop. Nice throw. That'll be a 6-3 putout. Quickly, one down for Jacob Flores. He's retired the first 10 batters of the game.
The right fielder, number 18, Hunter Swift.
Hunter Swift, 0 for 1. Struck out swinging in the first. 1 of 7 on the day for Jacob Flores. Swinging, looking. It's all been working today for the lefty from San Diego State. He's been pumping 90 on the outside corners. We've seen that 12-6 curveball, the slider, 88. Low outside corner, but it misses, and it's 1-0. Hunter Swift, one of the better hitters on this SLO Blues team, and that 72 on that breaking ball fits right in there, and it's 1-1. Swift hitting .364 this season. That breaking ball misses inside. It's 2-1. Although I'm not sure how recent those stats are. At least until before the game yesterday, so.
Relatively.
Yes. Swift with a liner and a nice play right there. Will Pickett's snagged it right out of the air. Quickly 2 down. We've seen some great defense early this season from Will Pickett's at third at short. He's been fantastic as Tyson Corio comes up to the plate.
Will Pickett's is a sure-handed infielder. I mean, the value for Will Pickett's is there. It's clear what he has to do to be a valuable player for a D1 or D2 program.
First pitch to Corio. Misses on the inside corner. Flores hitting 91. This game continues to go on. He continues to pump fastballs. 91. Highest today. 1-0 count. Corio swings. Fly ball to center field. Ammons is under it. Can of corn, and that's 3 down for the Blues. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base. Jacob Flores mows him down once again. This game is still tied at 0. The Oaks will come up to bat in the bottom of the 4th. Keep it here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Jacob Castro, the catcher for the Conejo Oaks, up to lead off the 4th inning. The Oaks today, no runs on a hit, no errors. That hit was a triple for Nico Lima. And the right center field slid into third safely. Castro fouls the first pitch off. Hard hit ground ball to the right side into the Blues bullpen, and it's 0-1. Andrew Alvarez still out there. Alvarez so far today, 3 innings, a strikeout, a walk, a hit. Got a nice lefty-on-lefty matchup today on the mound. A 1 pitch just misses, 79 on the breaking ball. And it's 1-1. Castro reached base in the first, was hit by a pitch, got to second, and then was left stranded. Takes a hack at that one, misses. It was a little bit low. Hard to get to when it's 1-2. In that first inning, Lima with a triple. Castro hit by pitch. Pickett's walked, and then Ledford struck out swinging to leave the bases loaded. Castro Misses on that one, and that's a strikeout. The second of the day for Andrew Alvarez. First of the day for Jacob Castro, and there's one down for Will Pickett's. Pickett's, we saw, pick the ball out of the sky last inning. Had a nice play on a line drive at shortstop. Pickett's coming into the game yesterday was hitting .600, but went 0 for 7 in that game and hacks at the first pitch. Misses badly, 83 on that one, and it's 0-1, one down. Pickett's once again rocking the blue glove, blue helmet, a little bit of blue on his shoes, and the blue jersey, and he swings and misses again. Rolled over that one, and it's 0-2. Alvarez, since the first inning, is now retired. 8 in a row, starting with that strikeout to Ledford. Pickett's drives that one down the left field line, but it's just barely foul. Skipped over the third base bag. Landed a couple feet into foul territory. And it's still 0-2 for Pickett's.
Will Pickett's has been aggressive as a hitter so far this year. Not just in his swings, but 2 attempts at base hits with the bunt.
0-2, he checks that swing. Bounces off of Emerson's glove and back towards the backstop, and it's 1-2. I think that's the secret for a guy like Pickett's. You gotta, if you go out first pitch swinging, and then if you don't get it, wait for your pitch, which I think for the most part has been a fastball inside. Take that one low. It's like the Blues were looking for that call. And it's 2-2. Pickett's 3 hits this season. 2 singles and a double. 2-2 pitch. Great frame job by Emerson. And Pickett's walks off with a strikeout, looking Alvarez's second in a row. This is turning into a little bit of a strikeout duel here.
Yeah, both teams have caught the bug. They both have colds, spelled with K's.
Steele Ledford up. He struck out swinging in the first. Hitting .200 on the season. First pitch to Ledford inside. Misses. 1-0 pitch. That one misses outside, and it's 2-0. Ledford 7 walks on the season. One of the higher numbers on these Conejo Oaks. 2-0 pitch. Ledford swings on it, dribbles it to first. It's fair. Nice play by Nick Hansen at first. Picks it up unassisted. And that's another 1-2-3 inning for the Conejo Oaks. Score is still tied at 0 as we head into the top of the 5th. We'll see if Jacob Flores comes out. He's been fantastic so far. Keep it here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Jacob Flores back out On the hill for the top of the 5th inning, Brett Harris, the third baseman, wearing number 15. Here to lead off the top of the 5th, Harris. Flew out to left his first time up in the 2nd, and the first pitch from Flores in the dirt. Nice stop from Castro, and it's 1-0. Jacob to Jacob connection.
Nice
Pitcher
connection.
catcher. I'm always thinking, Jordan. Mine's always working.
Sure.
Flores, the 1-0 pitch, the delivery, and it's high. And it's 2-0. Flores, the 2-0 pitch, fouled off. Flores, every time that he pitches, he gets a little bit better. His last start went 4 1/3. 6 strikeouts, 4 hits, a run. As the 2-1 pitch is high, and it's 3-1. Before that, he went 3 1/3, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks, a hit, a run. It was earned. And in that start, he was perfect through 3 innings, and then it fell apart in the 4th. The 3-1 pitch from Flores, it's low, and that's a walk. First base runner of the game, and I didn't want to say it, Jordan, but the perfect game is over.
Hey, we'll still keep our mouth sealed for something else.
But we've seen just about every game Flores goes about an inning further. Gets a little bit better today. 7 strikeouts already as Miles Emerson, the catcher, up now with the first base runner of the game for the Blues. We'll see if he can continue to push the innings limit, get through 5 here today. First pitch to Emerson. That one's in there for a strike. It's quickly 0-1. Emerson struck out swinging in the 2nd. One of many victims on the day for Jacob Flores. He's been spearing everybody, as Aztecs do. Checks the runner at first, looks back, stares in for the sign. The lefty winds up, delivers. Fouled off from Emerson. And almost a fantastic diving play by the right fielder, Raul Sandoval, dove into the Blues dugout, or the Blues bullpen. Bounced right off of his glove. Couldn't quite get a hold of it. Luckily, it was a foul ball. So nothing doing there, but that would have been one of the better plays of the summer defensively for the Oaks. Instead, it's a strike. Flores with the lead now 0-2. Demerson.
Sacrificing his body, Raul Sandoval. You love to see that type of passion.
He had the comfort of knowing that regardless of whether he made the catch or not, it was a foul ball.
True.
0-2 pitch. That one's in there once again. Emerson walked off. He knew it was a strikeout. Flores, the 8th of the day. He's been working today. 1 down, 1 runner on. Nick Hansen, who... Jordan, I'm going to have you guess what happened last time Hansen was up.
Well, let's see. Did he strike out?
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow.
You win nothing.
Thank you.
Flores peers in for the sign, checks Harris at first. The pitch. Grounded to the shortstop. This might be a double play opportunity. 6-4. And a good slide there from Harris to the second baseman. Odekirk had to jump out of the way. Did not get a chance to get it to first. But the 6-4 will get the second out of the inning. Hansen on first.
And that play, that play's disappearing from the game of baseball because it's so dangerous. We saw in the postseason the Chase Utley slide that injured, I believe, was it Wilmer Flores for the Mets? Anyway, you see the hard slide at second disappearing, but Brett Harris went about it the right way. That was a clean slide, a hard slide, and forced the Oaks only to get 1 and not 2.
Second base run in the inning. The first pitch to Ford Sherrington struck out swinging in the 3rd. He's a little bit outside, and it's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch, Sherrington grounds it to 3rd. Yamashiro catches, delivers. The throw is a little low, but a nice pick by Lima. And the Blues end the inning with nothing. Flores gets out of the jam. The Blues, no runs, no hits, no errors. A runner left on. They had a runner reach on a walk and then on a fielder's choice. It's still 0-0. As we head into the bottom of the fifth, the Oaks will be up to bat. Keep it here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Ryan Yamashiro, the third baseman, up to lead off the bottom of the fifth for Conejo Oaks. Game is still tied 0-0. Alvarez pitching a gem back out for the fifth inning. Has allowed one hit. He loaded the bases, the Oaks did, in the first inning, but Alvarez struck out Still Ledford to get out of it, and since then, 10 straight batters retired by Alvarez. The first pitch to Yamashiro in the dirt, and it's 1-0. Yamashiro for 1 today. Flew out to right, and he grounds that ball to the third baseman. Nice play by Brett Harris. 5-3 put out, and there's one down in the bottom of the fifth. Alex Briggs up. Briggs grounded also into a 5-3 put out. His first time up in the second. Briggs pinch hit yesterday, today, whatever you want to call it. And he walked 3 times. Walked in the 9th, walked in the 10th, walked in the 11th. Came in to score in that 5-run 9th inning, and then was left on the last 2 times. First pitch swing and drives it to center, but Ryan Cole get under it. And now there's 2 down in the bottom of the fifth. Raul Sandoval, the 9-hitter, will be up. It's been a quick game. We were worried about light here, and it, based on Google search, sun sets here in Thousand Oaks around 8:11. Although I can't imagine Coach Solis letting the game go past 8. Sandoval swings in the first pitch, fouls it back. 87 on that fastball from Alvarez, and it's 0-1. But so far today, looks like we're going to be through 5 innings in a little over an hour. A 1 pitch. Beautiful slider right there. 77. Can't quite touch the outside corner, and it's 1-1. One pitch. Sandoval swings on that one. Misses, rolled over it. Emerson couldn't quite handle it, and it's 1-2. 1-2, 2 outs, no runners on. Game still tied 0-0. Andrew Alvarez trying to complete another 1-2-3 inning, what would be his 3rd in a row. Sandoval holds off on that one. No, he doesn't, says the first base ump. And that is another strikeout for Andrew Alvarez, and that is another 1-2-3 inning. The 4th in a row for Andrew Alvarez. He has retired 13 batters in a row since the Oaks loaded the bases in the first. It's still tied 1-1. Looks like Jacob Flores will be out once again for the Oaks in the top of the 6th inning. Keep it here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Jacob Flores back out on the hill for the Oaks. First time this season he's gone into the 6th inning. And this game is tied 0-0. First base runners of the game for the Blues last inning, where he's trying to walk into fielder's choice. And the first pitch to the designated hitter, Dylan Beavers, 85 on the gun. Fastball touches the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Flores has been stellar today. Another great start, although the last few have fallen apart a little bit as he reaches later into the game, and that 0-1 pitch is inside. Beavers turns away from it, and it's 1-1. But going 6 innings tonight would be big for Flores, and it'd be big for the bullpen. Beavers with a soft swing on that one. Cannot even remotely get a hold of it, and it's 1-2. Coach Solis has had to go to his bullpen a lot lately, and being able to save those arms.
Be huge. Another thing to consider, I'll say it after this pitch.
1-2 pitch. It breaks, but it misses just a little bit on the outside corner, 76. And it's 2-2.
If Flores can last until the game is called to darkness, he could come back in when this game is resumed. Could be later this week, whenever they resume the game.
2-2 pitch. Beavers just stays alive. Touched off the end of his bat. Goes back to the backstop, and it's still 2-2. Yeah, and it would be interesting to see if he went 6 innings, 7 innings. It gets to around 7:30, 7:45. Coach Solis calls this game. Or Coach Solis, Coach Marple decide to call the game. If Flores would still be in it. 2-2 pitch. Dylan Beavers bloops it, and a nice play. Will Pickett's picked that one. And there's one down. Beavers 0 for 2 today.
I'll give you an 8 out of 10 on the call, a 6 out of 10 on the play on words.
That's the second time I've used that one today too. So
okay,
probably
that's a 5.
Probably goes down in value. It's still good. New hitter Ruben Mercado, 0 for 1 today. Struck out looking to close the 3rd inning. First pitch to Mercado is inside, and it's 1-0. I mean, it's just staring me in the face. I have to use it.
Got to.
Mercado slowly hit ground ball to Odekirk at second. Odekirk with a nice play right there. 4-3 put out, and there's 2 down now in the top of the 6th. And go back to the top of the order. Ryan Cole. Ryan Cole 0 for 2 today. Struck out swinging in the 1st. Grounded into a 6-3 put out in the 4th. And Jacob Flores trying to get through 6 innings. He hasn't gone longer than 4 1/3 this season. And he is mowing through this game. We've already reached the halfway point in this contest, and it's been a little bit over an hour. First pitch, 89 on the gun, touches the low outside corner, and it's 0-1.
This is as dominant a start as I've ever seen in the CCL. Just to put it in context.
Shakes off the first pitch. Delivers. Breaking ball doesn't quite get there. Yeah, I'm not sure what the ump's strike zone is, but that one missed, and it's 1-1. I think everyone is just trying to get home tonight, finish this game before they have to call it. The 1-1 pitch misses outside, and it's 2-1. The pitchers, the hitters, the umps. I don't think anyone wants to have to extend this game even longer. 2-1 pitch, 2 outs. Grounded to third. It's going to go just a little bit foul. Yamashiro looks like he had the play there, but it'll be strike 2. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Jacob Flores looking to retire the side here in the top of the 6th. He's only allowed 2 base runners thus far. A walk and a fielder's choice in the top of the 5th. Ryan Cole wearing the black batting gloves, rests the bat on his shoulders. The pitch from Flores misses low and inside. Cole holds off, and it's a full count. Flores has had everything working today. fastball, which at its height reached about 91, the breaking ball, the slider. It's been a beautiful performance. Ready's the full count pitch. Delivers. Misses. Check swing. And Cole will take first base. The second walk of the game allowed by Flores. And Hunter Swift, one of the best hitters on this Blues team, up to bat with a runner on. And they have not had many of these opportunities today, Jordan.
Here comes Coach Solis to talk to Jacob Flores. I think he'll let him finish the inning, but perhaps not. That's about as competitive a 3-2 pitch as you can make without it being a strike or an out. If you're Jacob Flores, perfect changeup, a strike probably 80% of the way to home, and then the bottom dropped out maybe a half-inch below the zone, but still a very quality pitch by Jacob Flores.
Oh, yeah, absolutely no shame in that walk right there. Only the second of the game. And you can't do anything with the strike zone, which has seemed to change as the night has gone on. Coach Solis headed back to the dugout, and this will be Flores' inning to close, at the very least, as it looks like there's action in the Oaks bullpen. Try to get you the number. Although it looked like Charlie Bellinson. Hunter Swift 0 for 1 today. Struck out swinging in the first. Lined out to Pickett's. His first of 2 nice plays in the 4th inning. First pitch from Flores in there. 84. And it's 0-1. Hunter Swift had 1 hit in the first inning yesterday. Scored a run in that first inning as the 0-1 pitch is in there, and it's 0-2. 0-2, 2 outs. Runner on first. Hunter Swift up to the plate. Jacob Flores trying to get out of this 6th inning. Once again without allowing any damage by the Blues. Swift drops the bat down. Ryan Cole was running on that one with 2 strikes. Safely gets to second. The pitch misses. And it's a 1-2 count for Hunter Swift. And there's a runner in scoring position for the SLO Blues. Hunter Swift, who is 3rd on the team with 12 RBIs this season. 4th on the team, pardon me. Let's see if he can do some damage here. 1-2, 2 outs. Runner on second. The number 2 hitter up to the plate. Flores checks Cole at second, delivers the pitch. It's outside, and it's 2-2. I wonder if this inning unravels anymore for Jacob Flores if Coach Solis leaves him in there. I have to imagine he will.
Bullpen's hot, Zach. Change can be made whenever Solis wants it.
Flores checks the runner at second, delivers. Swift swings and misses. That'll be strikeout number 9 on the day for Jacob Flores. And the Blues that inning, no runs, no hits, no errors. They leave a runner at second base. This game is still tied 0-0 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Oaks will be up to bat. We'll see if there's a pitching change for the Blues. Keep it here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Justin Ammons, the leadoff hitter, leading off the bottom of the sixth. Ammons 0 for 2 today, lined out to the left fielder, grounded into a 6-3 put out in the first and in the third. Andrew Alvarez still on the hill for the Blues, as this game is a pitching duel. The first pitch into Ammons is low, 76 on that off-speed pitch, and it's 1-0. Ammons fouls that one off into left field towards the sun, which is setting. 7:06 p.m. here. Beautiful Thousand Oaks, California. A much nicer day today. Yesterday was very gloomy. Today feels a little more like summer, though it is a little chilly as it does get here at Sparky Anderson. 87 on that fastball. Misses outside, and it's 2-1. Justin Ammons, who had 2 hits and a walk in game 1. He drives that one, and it lands over the head of the left fielder, Ford Sherrington. He rounds first, heads to second. He rounds second, takes a couple big steps, heads back. And that's a lead-off double for Justin Ammons right over the head of Ford Sherrington. The second hit of the day for the Oaks. And Conejo is in business as Tyler Odekirk up to bat. Nico Lima in the on-deck circle. A fantastic start to the inning against a pitcher, Jordan, that had retired the last 13 batters. Ammons breaks that streak with a beautifully hit double into the opposite field.
A beautiful swing from Justin Ammons, and now's the time for Conejo. Time to pounce.
Odekirk shows bunt, drops it down. Ammons reaches third. Alvarez picks it up. That'll be a tough throw. It's not going to be in time. Ammons, the throw goes wide. Ammons will strut in safely home. There's a run. Odekirk round second. He's heading to third. The relay throw will get in there, but not in time. Beautiful bunt from Tyler Odekirk. Gets Ammons to third, and then the wild throw from Andrew Alvarez allows Ammons to score. Odekirk comes to third, and that might be it for Andrew Alvarez.
An RBI base hit bunt for Tyler Odekirk there, and he advances all the way to third on 2 errors. A huge play for the Conejo Oaks. This is the first time in what seems to be a long time they've been up in a ball game. They trailed all of yesterday until finally tying it in the 9th, and then dropped the first game earlier today. That's just a big hit for Conejo to get 2 hits on the board, and a 1-run lead feels awfully big in a game that's going like this.
Nico Lima up to the plate. Lima had the other hit of the day, a triple in the first inning. And if you remember the last time when these two teams played on Sunday in San Luis Obispo, the Oaks had a 1-0 lead. They ended up losing 2-1. Lima swings over that first pitch, 78-mile-an-hour breaking ball, and it's 0-1. Odekirk at third. Reached on a sac bunt, and then got over to third on an error from Andrew Alvarez. The 0-1 pitch, Lima fouls it off into the Oaks dugout. Nice play by, looks like Carson Carter, looking to make a throw. Odekirk at third, Lima at the plate. Alvarez on the hill. 0-2 pitch, delivers, bounces over the head of Emerson. Odekirk is going to try to come in to score, and he's going to get in there, slides safely. Emerson didn't know where the ball was. It bounced off his glove, went over his head, turned around to make the catch, picked it up and slipped on the grass behind home plate. And Odekirk, with some heads-up base running, bold call as we've seen all season from Mark Fitzgerald, sending him home, slides in there right under Andrew Alvarez, a little bit of a pile there at home plate. And the Oaks take a 2-0 lead, 2 runs on 2 hits, and an error this inning.
I think that was all Tyler Odekirk making the read and being aggressive, getting his uniform dirty. Love to see it.
1-2 pitch, that one's low. Lima holds back, checks his swing, and it's 2-2. We've seen there was some gaudy base running by Odekirk, heading to third on that bunt error, and then right there heading home. 2-2 pitch, Lima swings over it. 78 on the off-speed pitch on the outside corner. Lima strikes out, and there's one down. Would that be a steal of home, Jordan?
No, that would be
You sure?
I believe, a wild pitch and an advancement.
I'm not sure because it wasn't a wild pitch. It bounced off of his glove, and then he picked it up.
Wouldn't it be a pass ball off of the catcher's
I'm
glove?
not sure. I just really want to say that I've called a steal of home before, but that was fantastic, and it looks like that's going to be it for Andrew Alvarez. He had a fantastic performance. You take away some unfortunate defensive plays, which the Oaks have been suffered from, although it looks like they're in the favor today. We're going to go to break. When we come back, we will get you the new pitcher for the Blues and the remainder of the bottom of the sixth inning. The Oaks take a 2-0 lead with some savvy base running from Tyler Odekirk. Keep it here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Jacob Castro, first pitch swinging, flies that one to right. And that's an easy play for Hunter Swift in right field. There's two down now. Andrew Alvarez went 5 1/3 innings pitched. 2 hits, 2 runs, both coming this inning. 5 strikeouts and a walk. Will Pickett's up to bat. Pickett so far today.
Yeah, Pearson Ole, good first pitch.
First pitch to Pickett's outside corner, but it touches 84 on that one, and it's 0-1. Pickett's 0 for 1 today. A walk in the first, struck out looking in the fourth. Second pitch to Pickett's is low and outside, and it's 1-1. The Oaks with a little bit of luck this inning. Some luck they haven't had in the game. I wanted to call it yesterday's game, but stretched over into today. As Pickett's fouls the 1-1 pitch off to the right side over the Blues dugout, and it's 1-2. Ammons led off the inning with a double. Got to third on a bunt by Odekirk, and then scored on an error from Alvarez as Pickett's skies that one into right. Hunter Swift is under it, and that will end the bottom of the sixth inning. But the Oaks, 2 runs on a hit, an error. They don't leave anybody aboard, and they take a 2-0 lead here at Sparky Anderson Field over the San Luis Obispo Blues. We'll see who we get on the mound in the top of the 7th. Keep it here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Charlie Bellinson on the hill for the Caneo Oaks, replacing Jacob Flores. The Oaks up 2-0 here in the top of the 7th. Tyson Corio up to the plate. Batting lefty, and for play-by-play in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings, I'll throw it back to Jordan Brenner. Jordan?
Same seats, everybody. Charlie Bellinson replaces Jacob Flores and is what has been a very successful start to this game for Caneo. Bunt laid down the left side, foul off of the bat of Brett Harris. Jacob Flores, the start of the year, 6 scoreless and hitless innings. He walked a batter and struck out 9 helpless hitters.
Man.
0-1. Charlie Bellinson piggybacks, trying to continue the success of the lefty from San Diego State. 0-1, 74. High. A ball and a strike. Charlie Bellinson, a 5.78 ERA so far this season. 1-1 little looper left field, coming in, diving for it, making the catch. Alex Briggs in left field. And a special play made by the versatile outfielder for out number 1.
A fantastic play, and it feels like there's a little bit of switch of fate here in this game. Normally the Oaks have the defensive miscues on their side, but today the Blues, a couple defensive miscues, the Oaks, a couple great defensive plays.
Outside 1-0. That was actually Tyson Corio last time. This is Brett Harris from the right side of the plate. Where's number 15 and the 1-0 pitch from Bellinson. Sidearm fire and a strike. 1-1. Bellinson's gone 9 1/3 this summer. 7 strikeouts compared to 7 walks. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bellinson's offering. Sidewinder fires inside on an 81-mile-an-hour heater. Today's been an eventful day, not just this game. This is the second game we're playing today, as the Oaks and SLO Blues had to finish off yesterday's thrilling finish. 2-1. Slow chopper Yamashiro on the run, throws to first for the out, 5-3. And there's 2 away here in the top of the 7th.
Another great defensive play this time by Yamashiro. Had to double pump right there to make sure he had the ball. And a nice dig from Nico Lima.
It's a race against the sun here. Shadows starting to creep out from the dugout as we're now right at the 7:20 hour here on the West Coast. Miles Emerson, who's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, digs in. Final hope for SLO here in the 7th inning. A first pitch strike, 87 from Charlie Bellinson. Bellinson from Brown. 180-pound righty. Skyer to center. Ammons in. And he makes the catch for another 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. We've gotten used to saying that, haven't we, Zach? Bottom 7 when we return. Oaks 2, SLO nothing on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Steele Ledford is the DH, and he hits here in the bottom of the 7th inning with the Oaks on top 2-0 over the San Luis Obispo Blues. Ledford is 0 for 2. He struck out swinging in the first and grounded out to first in the 4th. Pearson out for his 2nd inning. Tired 2 batters out of the pen last inning. First pitch is outside, 1-0. Andrew Alvarez lasted 5 1/3 innings. Gave up 2 hits and a couple runs. There's a strike, 1-1 to Ledford. DHing today. Ledford dealt with shoulder problems a bit last year. Swings and drives on a high in the air to center, where Ryan Cole makes the catch for the first out. F-8 for Steele, and he's 0 for 3. Ryan Yamashiro, a fly out and ground out victim today, is now into the batter's box for his 3rd ups of the game. Yamashiro, Cal Lutheran native. Well, I guess not native, but a member of their team. Takes a breaking ball low and away.
The Kingsman.
The Kingsman. What a note to Yamashiro. Pearson in and fires. On the inside corner for a strike, and it's 1-1.
The wordplay is strong, Jordan.
Thank you. I've had a pretty good day. Not always the case. One blown out to right field as Yamashiro fouls one that way. Out to the parking lot. 1-2. Pearson, a deep breath, and the 1-2 toss is again fouled off to the right. One ball, 2 strikes, and out in the inning for Yamashiro. Alex Briggs is on deck, and the righty offers. The pitch fouled back. That is the 3rd straight foul ball right behind home, slightly to the right side for Yamashiro. Ryan, one of the sweet swingers on this team, is getting a lot more playing time before some of the additions to this team, like Jacob Castro and, of course, Kevin Graham, who we're thinking about after he took a shot to the head yesterday. 1-2 misses, 2 balls, 2 strikes. That came in the 9th inning yesterday. On defense, Kevin Graham played a ground ball like he always would. He got down, and the ball took such a bad hop, it hit him right square in the face, and he was taken out of the game.
Immediately threw an ice pack on that. On that play, also a runner came in to score for the Blues.
Right. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Yamashiro. The toss, line drive into center field for a single. Only the 3rd hit for the Kaneo Oaks today, and with 1 out in the frame, Ryan Yamashiro is an insurance runner at first.
And no surprise, those 3 hits. A triple from Lima, a double from Ammons, and a single from Yamashiro. 3 of the 4 or 5 best hitters on this Oaks team carrying the load today.
Here's Alex Briggs. He's 0 for 2. Yamashiro goes from first to third, a second low. A nice catch by the second baseman, Corio, but Yamashiro beats it out for a stolen bag. And that is Yamashiro's 3rd stolen bag in as many attempts this summer. So runner in scoring position, 0-1 to Briggs. Briggs ducks out of the way, but it still catches him on the top of the back near the shoulders, and he trots to first with a free bag.
right fielder.
I was going to say, luckily that was only a breaking ball, but 69-70 square to the back. Still got to hurt, but I think the free base will make it feel a little bit better.
Raul Sandoval 0 for 2. Looking to drive in some runners here. Briggs is on first, Yamashiro on second. There's plenty of speed for the Oaks to work with. Brett Harris at third playing shallow. 2-0 Caneo. They're looking for more. They're looking for an easy win today. Sandoval turns on one and blasts it down the left field line, way back at the track and in foul territory. Ford Sherrington catches one up against the wall for the second out of the inning.
Man, what a great play. That went from possibly a 3-run, game-breaking home run to a great play and left by Ford Sherrington. It was foul, still jumped at the wall, made the catch, braced for impact. Fantastic play. We've seen some great defense today, Jordan.
And here's Justin Ammons. Ammons is 1 for 3 with a double his last time up. He scored a run on that double to left center field when Tyler Odekirk bunted him home. Throw up the first base side. Help that happen. 2 on, 2 outs, 2-0. Pearson Ole still the pitcher for the SLO Blues. And the lanky righty offers the first pitch. Ammons attacks it and skies it to shallow left field. Mercado back from shortstop and in left field makes the grab to retire the side. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 stranded for Caneo. They're holding on to a 2-0 lead as we head to the top of the 8th on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Top of the 8th inning. And back out to throw for the Oaks is Charlie Bellinson. No runs, no hits, and error. That's for San Luis Obispo as the first pitch comes outside. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Caneo Oaks. And here's Nick Hansen. Takes a first pitch ball and now swings through the next pitch, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Slider bounces 2 balls and 1 strike. And the 2-1 lifted high in the air to the right side. Well out of play. 2-2. There's still a lot of sunlight left. Wonder if it gets close enough whether these two teams would just try to finish this game. It's going to be close. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Bellinson, sidearm pitch, ground ball through the left side. Didn't know if we were going to say it. Was hoping we weren't going to say it. But Zach, there goes the no-hitter with nobody out here in the top of the 8th inning. bravo to the Oaks pitching staff so far, particularly Jacob Flores, who went 6 no-hit innings and struck out 9 batters.
I think this is the part of the game where the Oaks have to buckle down, because we've seen games like this, similar dominant performances, come apart in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings by bad performances from the bullpen and the defense. They really have to tighten up here.
Tying runner at the plate, Fort Sherrington swings and misses at 84 on the outside corner. See plenty of action in the Oaks bullpen now. Almost more people in the bullpen than in the dugout. 0-1, Hansen off first. Bellinson checks the runner, gathers at the belt. The righty throws 79 low, 1 ball, 1 strike.
And it looks like Daniel Krasnick is up in the bullpen, which is a good sign considering the shot that he took to his knee.
Yeah, he seems to be moving around a little bit better. Just tossing with Clay Rickerman right now. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. 84 high and away this time. Chilly day here at Sparky Anderson. Flag in left center field. Waving towards the right side of the field. Runner goes from first to throw from Flores on the mark. And the tag applied by Tyler Odekirk. Nick Hansen erased on a perfect throw from Jacob Castro. And what I anticipate to be a blown hit and run call. The Oaks will take it 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning.
Fantastic throw by Castro. We've seen some less than stellar throws, and that one was perfect.
Swing and a miss. Got him with a fastball. Strike 3. 2 gone just like that in the 8th inning. Dylan Beavers next. The DH today is 0 for 2 with a pop-up and a strikeout looking back in the 3rd. Bellinson eyeing the finish line here. Fastball for a strike, 87. The Brown Bear stares in for his sign. His pitch is hit relatively well to center. Not a problem for Justin Ammons. And he hauls it in for the 3rd out of the inning. No runs, pardon me, 1 hit. I just got too used to saying that, Zach. No runs on a hit, no errors, none left. Bottom 8 when we return, Oaks up 2-0 on the Conejo Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Bottom of the 8th inning, and here's Tyler Odekirk for the Conejo Oaks. He's 0 for 2 today, reached on. Actually, that was recently ruled a base hit, not an error. So he's 1 for 3 right now with an RBI on the bunt and a run scored. First pitch from Pearson Ohl. Odekirk takes a strike. Vanderbilt just won their 2nd ever College World Series, 8-2 in the decisive Game 3 against the Michigan Wolverines. Out in Omaha, the 0-1 pitch, Odekirk chops one over the pitcher's head. The second baseman, Corio, on the run, makes that play easy. solid defender out at second for this Blues team, and that's one away here in the 8th. And Zach, you said you had a trivia question lined up?
It's about that time, Jordan. Nico Lima's up to the plate. So my question for you today is, who's the all-time Major League Baseball leader in walk-off home runs?
Swing and a cracked bat to the right side. Foul territory. Nick Hansen makes the play. He makes the catch for the second out. I guess we'll give our viewers a chance to answer that question here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. I think I know the answer to this. I know who's in second at least. He might be in first now.
We'll see.
Jacob Castro with 2 gone and nobody on here in the bottom of the 8th. Pearson Ole, his first pitch, swing and tapper foul. 0-1. Clay Rickerman getting ready to close this game out. Looking for the save for the Conejo Oaks. He's got the only save for the Oaks this summer. Misses on the 0-1 pitch. It's now 1-1. Yeah, Rickerman will be looking for save number 2. That's because Angus Denton was used in the game earlier today. The 1-1, high in the air and foul. Left side headed towards Regal Softball Stadium and out of play.
Carson Carter pitched in yesterday's game as well.
Sure. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ole gathers. The 1-2 pitch. Too low, 2-2 on the 87 MPH heater. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2-0. Swing and an opposite field shot down the left field line. Sherrington in the corner watches it fly into the bullpen and foul. We've been playing baseball for a solid 3 hours and 9 minutes today. Not just this game, but going back to the first game and the 2-2. Swing and a miss on a nasty curve at the back foot of the lefty Castro. And Pearson Ole strikes out his first hitter. No runs, no hits, no errors done left. Top of the 9th. And Clay Rickerman when we return. Oaks trying to close this game out with a win on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Top of the ninth inning, and the shortstop, Ruben Mercado, leads off against Clay Rickerman, looking for his second save of the season. First pitch grounder right back to Clay, and he snares it. Throws to first for the first out. 1-3, a good start to the ninth. Bellinson went 2 innings. He gave up a hit, no runs.
The center fielder, number 26, Ryan Cole.
1 strikeout for Bellinson. And he walked 1 batter. Actually, no walks for Bellinson. Next up is Ryan Cole. Rickerman offers a first pitch strike at 82. Clay Rickerman goes to Cal Lutheran. And funny enough, he's actually looking to become a starter. Was a reliever this past year in this ballpark and was effective. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball for a strike again at 71. 0-2. I think Rickerman will take any high leverage spot he can get. He just likes to get the juices going. You can see how quickly he's back on the rubber for the 0-2 pitch. Just a bit high, 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and an out. The pitch, breaking ball looked at, just a bit low at 69 for a ball. Clay Rickerman is 0-1 this season. In 10 2/3, he has a 5.90 ERA. He struck out 9 and walked 4. The 2-2. He turns on one, flies it down the left field line. Over and making a running catch is Alex Briggs for the second out of the inning. And the Oaks are just this close away from getting only their second win since June 16th.
So, Jordan, I don't know how much more time we have, so I'm going to remind you of the question. Who holds the MLB record for the
Ryan
most
Zimmerman.
walk-off home runs ever? No.
I
Zimmerman.
think he's second. Outside on 72.
Zimmerman.
Zimmerman is called Mr. Walk-Off in D.C. Who has the most, Zach?
Jim Tomei. He's got 13.
Jim Tomei. The 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball for a strike, 1-1. Hunter Swift. Thank you for remembering that, Zach. I definitely would not have. But now our attention turns to the Oaks looking to finish this one off. The 1-1 to Swift. Ground ball through the middle. And the tying run will hit Tyson Corio. Wouldn't be an Oaks baseball game without a little bit of drama.
You see how fragile a 2-0 lead is. 2 hits can totally change the complexion of this game, but Clay Rickerman here with a shot on the flip side to close out what has been a fantastic performance by the Oaks pitching staff.
Corio has 1 home run this season. Swings and lines one down the right field line. Foul. 0-1. Corio today is 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts, 1 to center, 1 to left. And he grounded out to second his first time up in the first inning. No balls and a strike. Swift off first. Rickerman sets at the bell. He agrees with the sign. The pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike now. Oaks clinging to a 2-0 lead. Rickerman sets. The rock, the kick, and time is called. Corio stepped out at the last second. 2 runs on 4 hits for Caneo. No runs, 2 hits, an error for SLO. Back to first, just back in safely as Swift. Two gone in the frame. Oaks need just 1 more out. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at 79, diving down below the zone. Oaks trying to salvage one in this 3-game set against the San Luis Obispo Blues. They dropped the first 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch, breaking ball, called strike 3. And the game is over for the first time in the 2019 summer season. The Oaks have shut out an opponent. They win this one 2-0.
What a dominant performance from the pitching staff. Jacob Flores, 6 no-hit innings. He had 9 strikeouts. Charlie Bellinson, 2 innings of 1 hit ball. He had a strikeout. Clay Rickerman, 1 inning of 1 hit ball. He had a strikeout. That's 11 on the day. Similar to the dominant pitching performance the Blues gave the Oaks on Sunday. Only 2 hits, 11 strikeouts. Not a lot of run support, but they didn't need it. A massive win. We've talked about it, Jordan. They needed an easy win, and while the hitting wasn't there, the pitching certainly made it easy.
The Oaks get one that they needed. They needed this one badly. Entered today's game 6-11. They moved to now 7-11 overall, 5-11 in California Collegiate League play. For the San Luis Obispo Blues, they moved to 6-7 in the CCL. 18-8 overall on the season, and it's nice to see some high fives for the good guys for once. This is a big win for Caneo. They're back at home tomorrow with the Riptide. Feels like if they can take 2 out of 3 at home, maybe this tide starts to turn on what has been a disappointing start to the season.
Well, they had a big win against the Foresters last Saturday, and that felt like a win that could spark a run, and then they lost 2 in a row in heartbreaking fashion against the Blues, first coming on a walk-off on Sunday in San Luis Obispo, and then today in 12 innings in the game that extended from yesterday. But a 2-0 win, a great performance by the pitching staff, fantastic defense, timely offense, savvy base running. One of the first times this year that it's felt like a complete game from the Oaks all the way around. Against the Riptide tomorrow, they're going to need an even better performance against one of the 2 best teams this year in the CCL.
The Oaks give Jacob Flores the win as they scored in the bottom of the 6th inning. And for Flores, he moves to 1-0 on the summer. He's clearly today's most valuable player. We'll see if we can get him after the game and interview him about his performance. Tune into Twitter where we'll have that interview. But for now, we're going to sign off. Big win for the Caneo Oaks. We're back tomorrow on air against the Riptide right here from Thousand Oaks. Join us for pregame, which will be around 4:45, 4:50. First pitch set for 5 p.m. For everybody who made this broadcast possible, the Oaks and Coach Solis, the entire Oaks intern crew, Emily Hilsinger on production, and Zach Engberg, my partner today on the broadcast. I'm Jordan Brunner signing off. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Oaks 2, SLO 0.